respect from both players in the papers today. And, of course, he was up at Michael's tent working out when Michael was making that movie this summer.
Tip is up, and Michael gets it. On the year, the Bulls and Pacers just about the same. Little hop. Just a little hop. So the Pacers with their first chance. Mark Jackson's been playing pretty well for this ball club. Turnover ratio to assists about 3-to-1. 3 assists for every turnover.
Got 20 and 21 in his last 2 games to lead their ball club.
Miller pops out. Ronnie Harper on him. Smits, and a foul called against Luke. So a tough start for Luke as he gets the traveling and then the foul call.
Yeah, we said that they would probably both go through their center. So the Bulls went through Longley. He turned it over. Now they go through Smits. He draws the foul.
Miller pops out, turns and looks with Harper on him. Smits wanted it, has it. Underneath, couldn't get it. Rebound tapped out, and Dennis will save it. Scottie goes right side for Rodman. Michael comes off the screen. Look for Luke, finds him. Longley will take one from 12, and it just bounds off. Jackson wanted the screen, now goes baseline. Luke cuts him off, and he travels it. Kind of a sloppy start, John. Lou Canellis talked this a little bit ago about how the Bulls didn't practice. Yesterday just had a little shoot around, and Indiana has not practiced in 2 days.
Get a little of that turkey grease still in their hands, I think.
Pitching the shutout, going to the 3rd inning, right? Harper over to Dennis Rodman, across the floor. Luke gives it back to Ryan. Shot clock at 10. Harper goes by Smits with the left hand. Ronnie Harper throws it in.
Luke backed off that shot. Now you hope he doesn't get gun shy. He, had that turnover. He's got to go right at Smits.
It's the only way you're going to be effective against him. McKee wants to post up with Scottie on him, and McKee inside puts it in.
You and I talked before. I said this will be the first time we won't see Michael. Probably won't see Michael guarding Reggie Miller. Michael has always taken a point guard, but Reggie will end up guarding him.
Scottie has been fabulous behind the 3-point stripe. As we said earlier, came out very early tonight to shoot around. He got here before we left. He was here shooting around as Michael hits from 15. 4-2 Bulls.
Took him a little longer to get his first hoop back in March 19th.
Yeah, you aren't kidding. Davis trying to post up Reggie for 3.
Reggie hasn't had a 3 in the last 2 games. Shooting about $140.
Scottie pushes it down, and Reggie Miller will be called for the reach-in foul. And you talked about the Luke thing. Phil Jackson just looked up right at Luke Longley and said, "I want you posting up, going to the basket." MJ in the corner. Looked to come off the screen. Baseline, got Reggie in the air, and couldn't buy that one. Rik Smits right there. Still 4-2 Bulls. McKee inside for Davis, who will back in. Out to Reggie. Fakes the 3, drives inside. Ronnie Harper blocked it from behind. Harp takes the middle. And Harper now with a post-up. Rodman bounces inside for Luke. 3 seconds.
Up with the ball over your head. Everybody telling him take it and go up. You're right.
When you're under the basket, John, don't pass it. Tough start for both teams offensively. Dale Davis up high to set the screen. Mark Jackson comes down, kicks it out. Rik Smits from 7 feet. Now there's Luke back where you'd expect to see.
There he is.
Scottie, good position by Scottie to put it back in.
But that's a shot you want Luke to take. Step into the middle. You make a couple, you miss a couple. But
well, especially after Scottie's just gone by and might have some rebound position, just like he did. McKee looks inside for Smits. Scottie drops in to help a little bit, and a foul on Luke. That's his second.
You see what they do, Tommy? They threw it in. McKee threw it in to Smits. He threw it out and stepped back and got Luke right underneath the basket, and that's where the foul was committed. Now Bill Wennington is going to come in here. But it's a nice play by Rik Smits by just kicking it out and then taking a big giant step back underneath and getting the man right where he wants it.
Great position then. Smits with Wennington on him now. Mark Jackson for three. And the Pacers come out with a little pressure defense here. (7-6) Pacers with the lead. Wennington wants the post up. Right back, Ronnie Harper. Rodman tipped it. Wennington there, had that one blocked. And Dale Davis kicks it out. Reggie Miller running hard on the opposite side. Kicks it inside for the slam.
Beautifully done. That ball never hit the floor.
MJ right side comes inside and offensive foul on Michael. I don't think the scorer's table knows who the foul was called on. MJ picks it up. Pacers lead it by 3 here. Jackson across the floor to Dale Davis for the Jazz. Scottie. Hits it back, gets it down low. MJ baseline turnaround, too strong, and Smits right there. Out to Mark Jackson. Reggie Miller fakes the three, the runner, short, and Scottie right there. He's got Ronnie Harper on the left side. Michael's a trailer. Instead, it's Bill Wennington for the jam. Pacers lead by 3 as Jackson has it on the right side. Smits looks like he wants to come across and post up, and here he comes. Rik Smits in the lane. Looks like he might have taken an extra step. Five-point Pacer lead. Scottie was on top for MJ. Back to Rodman.
Reggie's second. Oh, yep, his second foul.
Reggie Miller with a foul. We got a timeout. 6:04 left in the first, and the Pacers lead it by 5.
Him in a Pacer uniform as Reggie goes to the bench with 2 fouls.
A 9-2 run the last 2.5 minutes for the Pacers, and a 13-8 lead. Wennington gives it right back to Scottie. Pacers shooting pretty well. Bulls not. Michael on the right side couldn't get it, and Bill Wennington will pick up the foul for over the back. Billy picks up his first. Now remember, Luke's on the sideline with 2 already. Big Luke didn't last long. Jackson across the timeline. Well, they got shooters in the ball game now, don't they? Inside, Smits pitch it right back out. Left side, nope. Michael fights for the rebound, still loose. Finally picked up by McKee. Smits wanted it. Now Mark Jackson has it. Scottie's guarding Rik Smits. Smits has it inside, kicks it out. Baseline 3.
Ricky Pierce in the game. He does it so well. First one was long, but that one's good.
Now the Pacers have doubled the Bulls 16-8. It's a 12-2 Indiana run. Wennington, a long deuce, rattles out.
Rodman has not. I think he's only got 1.
Mark Jackson back to Smits off the glass.
Nice job. Rodman with only 1 rebound. Nice job by Smits. He's got 6. He wasn't supposed to play, maybe, but not getting that much pressure defensively.
18-8. Pacers with the early lead. Rodman goes across the floor. Michael in the corner. MJ faked a couple times and hits in the corner. Sports Channel like to welcome our affiliate Jones Intercable and the viewers in Aurora. Bulls were quiet for about 2 minutes. Finally get a bucket. Jackson goes down, looks again for Smits. Michael comes back to double team. Out to Jackson for a three.
Their third three in his quarter. They love to shoot around this one. This second one by Jackson.
Michael with a post up back to Scottie, and Scottie got fouled twice. Looking at Mike Mathis, no call. MJ backs in, fades in the lane, couldn't get it. Rodman tipped, and Derek McKee get called for over the back.
Is it technical or what? Just a loop. Is it technical? Something on Coach Jackson. What was it?
Technical foul.
Yeah. Mike Mathis called it technical.
Well, the play where Scottie handled the ball, got it knocked away, then got fouled again, and there was no call. And Mike Mathis looked over and pointed to Phil. Phil made another comment. Mike said, "That's a T."
That's where Pip says, wasn't there a foul on that play?
Actually, it may have been Tex who hollered out watching that. Scottie on top for Ronnie Harper. Scottie pops out. On top. Michael thought about it, didn't take it. Fade away high archer, and Wennington right there gives it back to Michael. Quick pass into the corner. Ball out of bounds will belong to the Bulls with 21 on the shot clock. Pacers playing very well defensively right now. Harper on top. Right side for Scottie. Looking to make the move on McKee. On top, Ronnie Harper moves inside. Couldn't get it. Rebound. Rodman wouldn't fall. Loose ball inside, tapped out. And McKee's got it with Jackson. Mark Jackson hesitates and lays it in.
Oh, they just out-hustle the Bulls on every play.
MJ on the right side of the Bulls. A little out of control, and Michael says, let's calm down. They'll come off the screen, go by Smits with a left hand, wouldn't stay down. Rebound tapped out. Jackson saves it right to Ronnie Harper. Back to Scottie. Fakes the three, comes inside against Davis, and that won't fall. Michael with a rebound puts it in. MJ with 6 of the Bulls' 12 points. And again, the Pacers have doubled the Bulls. Smits looks for the open man, posts up from 17 feet. Rik Smits has played very well tonight.
It's vital that he is in a lineup for this team to move anywhere. Offensive foul on Pip.
Well, look, take a timeout. 2 minutes, 35 seconds left. First period. The Pacers lead it 26-12.
Stop game with Smits. They get it down deep to Smits. He fires it back out to his wingmen. Guys like Mark Jackson, Reggie Miller knocking down threes. Very pivotal for this Indiana offense to work. Now let's get it back to Tom and Johnny.
All right, Lou, and Steve Kerr has checked into the ballgame for the Bulls because of largely what you see right there. Bulls are 6 of 19. Indiana 11 of 15.
Scottie and Michael each have one foul, and they're each have an offensive foul.
Pierce starts to make the move, finds Rik Smits. That's a tough shot.
Not if you know what you're going to do when you catch it.
I guess so. Pippen goes behind the back on the right side. Kerr gets it back to MJ. Off the screen on top. Steve Kerr to Michael. Ricky Pierce comes to double. Steve Kerr back to MJ in the lane. Turnaround jumper, and Michael puts it in.
That's a pretty good two-man game there. Yeah. Kerr and Michael, isn't it?
Well, you got to respect Steve Kerr.
Right.
MJ with the last 6 points for the Bulls. Mark Jackson, Derek McKee, and he wants McKee out of the way.
Wanted to pull Scottie up, is I think what he wanted.
Baseline jumper. Johnny, have they missed a shot from that spot?
They are on fire from there.
Ball club is 13 of 17. 77%. Bulls is 7 of 20 for 35%. Michael comes off the screen, finds Rodman inside for Wennington, and he gets fouled by McKee.
Nice pass by Dennis that time underneath. McKee picks a foul up. That's his first. Antonio Davis comes in for Dale Davis. And Workman in for who? Mark Jackson.
Winning to the line for a couple. 30-14. Pacers with a lead.
Tony Kukoc usually the first guy off the bench, the sixth man, if you will. But Bill Wennington got in quick when Longley got in foul trouble in the first quarter here, and then Steve Kerr came in for Ronnie Harper.
Wennington with the second. Hits them both, and the Bulls come out with some pressure here. As soon as Mark Jackson comes out, this becomes a different ball handling team. Pierce handle it from there, certainly. On top for McKee. Antonio Davis trying to post up. Right baseline. On top Workman. Inside. Antonio Davis and the
nice play. Nice play. Bill took the blows and did it his way.
There you have it. This is an offensive foul prone first period. Scottie across the timeline. Bulls start with two guards high. Steve Kerr cuts through and goes away.
Oh, Steve Kerr got creamed. Pitt with a three.
Nope. Michael tried to tap it, and a loose ball foul on NJ. They'll call him over the back.
Boy, Bill's going to get on track there. He's got two fouls.
(30-16). Pacers with the lead. 45 seconds left here in the first period.
What they did is want Pierce to go one-on-one with Michael, and he did.
Rodman right there gets it out to MJ. He's got Steve Kerr on his left. Michael inside, splits him, missed it. Rodman with the tip, won't go. Rebound tipped out. Workman, baseline Pierce, drives in, puts it up, nope. Wennington right there, his pass deflected. Shot clock is off. Phil Jackson says calm down, and the Bulls just do get it back. Scottie inside.
Yes, sir! What a little fancy bunch of footwork. Michael was open, but he got the pass too far under the basket. Tommy threw it out to Scottie. Scottie took one step in, nailed the shot off the glass. Antonio Davis picks up number two. There's Michael. He has to get it out. Scottie just makes a little zig around Workman. Comes on in. Antonio Davis tries for the offensive foul, but not there.
Reggie Miller, Mark Jackson come in. Randy Brown comes in. Ronnie Harper comes in.
He thought it was the penalty. Well, he's going to shoot anyway. So.
Bill Wennington will come out. Antonio Davis, Haywood Workman come out. (30-18). The Pacers lead with 12:18 remaining. Scottie's got one free throw. Pitt 4 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist. His tap. Randy Brown with a rebound, gets it back to Scottie. Pip was looking for Steve Kerr, who now runs away.
Got it away, says Dennis.
A long three. And that'll do it. I don't think Dennis knew where to go. Yeah. All right, we played one period, and the Pacers lead the Bulls 30-18. All right, first quarter stats now. Bulls 8 of 25. Pacers 13 of 19, almost 70%. From the three-point strike, Pacers with 3 of 5. Bulls missed their only 2.
Who would have thought that the Pacers would have a 12-point lead after one quarter, and Reggie Miller hasn't scratched yet.
Bill Wennington, Tony Kukoc, Ronnie Harper, Steve Kerr, and Scottie Pippen for the Bulls. Smits with McKee, Workman, Reggie Miller, and Antonio Davis for the Pacers. And Antonio Davis goes down to post up. Reggie Miller was looking for the back door. Smits has it down low. Kukoc over to help out. Smits couldn't get it. Wennington right there. Bounces it to Ron Harper. Harp on the wing. Looking for the reverse on top. It's Tony. Scottie thought about the three. Wants people out of the way tonight.
He's got to take a shot.
Shot clock at 4. At 3.
Illegal defense. So the Bulls luck out. Scottie talking to Bill Wennington now and Tony underneath saying, come on guys, get in tune what we're doing. We got bailed out on that one.
I think what he's saying is don't come screen, just go where you're supposed to be. Pacers with 12 assists, Bulls with just 3. Tony with the fake, the rocker step comes inside. Triple team throw it right to Reggie Miller. Miller drives inside and hits.
First basket. He played the passing lane perfectly.
32-18. Pacers with a lead. Kukoc finds Ronnie Harper and he walked inside.
If you overplay the passing lane, something good comes up. Here they do. Reggie Miller comes right in front of Tony, takes the ball and goes in on Steve Smith to score.
Miller. Goes baseline, gets it back. Davis runs into Bill Wennington and a foul on Bill Wennington, and now he's got 2. Jenny, our Electric Avenue Things Are Changing board brought to you by Montgomery Ward's. First 18 games, Bulls shot about 38%, opponents about 37% from three-point range. Last 7 games, Bulls have been incredible and the opponents not so good. Tonight, it's a big difference. Pacers are doing a great job from the three-point strike tonight. And Billy with a second foul. He thought he had position. And Antonio Davis at the line.
There's a class of 6th grade students from Beardsley School in Elkhart, Indiana. They're watching us tonight on the tube here, and their 6th grade teacher, Mark Thompson, said, "Can you say go Bulls?" Yeah, go Bulls.
Davis missed them both, and Scottie right there for the rebound. 32-18. Pacers with a pretty sizable lead. Let's see if the Bulls can cut into this. Tony on the right side. Looks to make the move. On top, Harper into the corner, Steve Kerr. His pass inside for Scottie, knocked away. Haywood Workman.
Well, they are playing terrific defense. Overplaying every passing avenue.
Workman. Shot clock down to 9 as Workman kicks it out to Miller. Reggie fakes the 3. Into the corner. A baseline 3. Miller tapped it, but Scottie was right there. Tony, runner from the corner. Not a good shot. Ronnie Harper right there, kicks it out and throws it right to McKee. Pass may have been deflected, but it has been all Pacers so far. 8 Bulls turnovers. McKee on top for Smits. Smits turnaround jumper, and he has missed 1 time tonight. 34-18. Harp on the wing. Jason Caffey gets set to check in. Scottie backs in, finds Ronnie Harper. His shot blocked by Smits, gets it out to Tony. Off the glass. Tony breaks a drought for the Bulls.
First hoop of this quarter for the Bulls comes with 9:10 left to play.
Workman on the wing. Reggie Miller tries to post up against Ronnie Harper. Miller with the fake. Spins baseline. Runs into Wennington. Puts it in. And Bill Wennington has picked up his 3rd foul.
Reggie with a great move underneath. Bill Wennington with the foul. His 3rd.
Well, hang on. Now they say Ronnie Harper. Now they're going to call it on Harper.
Okay.
Caffey comes in. And Bill Wennington will leave. So now Caffey with the job of guarding Rik Smits.
And will absolutely get break none.
Oh, you bet. He will not get. Well, as a team, the Bulls haven't gotten a break tonight.
Reggie with 5 points all in this quarter.
37-20. Pacers with the lead. They've almost doubled the Bulls. Harper on top finds Steve Kerr. Tough jumper. Steve Kerr drops it in. Been very few bright spots here in the second period for the Bulls, who've got to gather themselves together. Reggie Miller for 3.
That's his first 3 in 3 games, and he's on a roll. He's got 8 points. He knows it. He doesn't have to defensive pressure that when Jordan is in, Gardner. Lost ball, but it's going to be on McKee. Foul, his second.
Steve Kerr's been on fire the last couple ball games. The last 9, he's 13 of 19, 68% from long range.
I think you have to look way back, way back to see. I don't know if the Bulls have ever been 18 back this season.
McKee comes out as Ricky Pierce comes back in.
Michael off the bench.
And another foul.
Ricky Pierce
called for the hold. Larry Brown tonight, 1300th game as a professional coach. Scottie turns inside, got the man up, and traveling call against Scottie Pippen.
Watch it, Pip.
That couldn't make that man feel very good. Bulls with 9 turnovers in the game and just 3 assists. 40-22. Pacers with the lead. Workman finds Reggie Miller on the wing. Reggie for a long three.
11 for Reggie, all in this quarter. Only one other guy scored. They got 13 points in this quarter.
Phil wants a timeout. Bulls didn't see it. MJ turns and looks. Tries to go by Pierce. Comes inside. Throws it up and in. 43-24 now is the Pacers lead. Miller goes by Scottie. Comes underneath. Kicks it out. Ricky Pierce for 3.
Oh, are they having fun here today? Are they having fun here? The Bulls can't turn their head and catch a break.
Tony gets it to Steve Kerr. Right side Michael. And the Bulls get the timeout. 7:13 left in the first half, and the Pacers lead it 46-24. Their defense has been pretty good. The assist to turnover ratio. Turnovers, Bulls 9, 3 assists. Bulls have the best assist to turnover ratio in the NBA right now. Dennis Rodman comes back in. Kerr pops out, has it. 12 on the shot clock. Tony pops out. Michael pulls it up with Reggie on him. Backs in, baseline jumper. MJ couldn't get it. And Ricky Pierce right there. Boy, they're getting every rebound. They're getting every loose ball, making the right passes, hitting the shots. Workman drives down the lane. Baseline fadeaway jumper. Enough. Rebound tapped in, but no basket. McKee was over the back, and it'll be Bulls ball. Check that. That's Davis. Okay. Antonio Davis with the foul.
He does come flying in here. Watch him right in here. Over the top of Dennis Rodman, and that's number 3, I believe, for Antonio Davis.
Rik Smits comes back in.
Bad news. You bring Smits back in. Look at Rik Smits standing over there next to Jason Caffey.
Offensive rebounds. I said it seemed like they were getting every one. They're out rebounding the Bulls 18-10 as Rodman has it down low. Out to Michael from 15. MJ hits. Boy, and if it hadn't been Michael, it hasn't been anybody tonight offensively. 46-26. Pacers with a lead. Bulls with their work cut out for them the rest of the way. Smits down low with Caffey on him. Smits jump hook.
If they went to the show together, he and Jason Caffey, you know Jason would get in for half price.
Michael on the right side. Rodman bounces it for Kukoc. Tony stops from 16. Nope. Caffey with a rebound and a loose ball foul on Rik Smits. Coming up, Chevy Geo halftime reports. Steve and Norm will have their analysis.
the first quarter and you said, well, you know, smile, things could get worse. And they did. They're down by 24 in the second quarter.
Offensive rebounds. I told you they were strong. How about second chance points now? Yeah, nothing. Mark Jackson comes in. Hayward Workman leaves. And he'll trigger it inbounds with 14 on the shot clock. 5:08 left in the first half. Scottie comes back in for the Bulls. Ricky Pierce has it on the wing. Smits with Luke on him. Back to Pierce. Harper, Ricky couldn't get it. Rebound pulled down by Scottie Pippen. Pushes it down the floor. Tony just does go up and get it. Out to Luke. Up to Kukoc. Sets the screen. Tony trying to find the opening. Out to Michael. Scottie left side. Double teamed inside. Luke with the easy one. 50-28 now. Kind of the old line is, hey, they come two at a time, and you know that, but you can get in a hurry at times and lose sight of how much time's left in an NBA game. Eddie Johnson gets set to check.
Well, the Bulls are sure would like to break it down into single digits.
Mark Jackson with the air ball. Here comes Michael down the floor. Scottie's on the left side. MJ tries to go by, does, flips it up, wouldn't fall down. Luke, and a foul inside. Is that on Rik Smits? Yep. Rik Smits called for the push.
Third on Rik Smits. Well, how about Adrian? Yo, Adrian.
It's me, Rocky, you know. So Luke Longley for a couple. Adrian Caldwell comes in. Rik Smits will lead. You and I were talking about him on the bus coming over here, John.
Luke Longley, 80% free throw shooter. He shot really well from the free throw line for the big center. Missed them both.
And Dennis Rodman will be called for the foul.
So, not only they missed the two free throws,
but they get the foul. Davis gets it ahead of Miller on the right side. Reggie going baseline. Kicks it out. Eddie Johnson comes in. Missed the three.
Johnson wanted to get in on the fun too, huh?
Sure. MJ across the timeline. Bulls trail it by 22 as Scottie posts up, double teamed, out to Tony for three.
That ball didn't have any rotation on it at all.
Knuckleball inside Tony, and he can score from there. Johnny, coaches will always tell you, if somebody's playing the passing lanes that hard, going out after you, the place to find the opening is the basket. Bulls have got a couple of those as Jackson brings it across.
Scottie with the knee foul. He picks up his second, and is that the penalty yet? Fourth team foul on the Bulls.
Eddie Johnson gets it into Mark Jackson. He'll call out the play. Jackson looks for the opening. Shot clock at 14 now. Remember, they got a fresh 24. Jackson kicks it off to Eddie Johnson. Inside Caldwell. Missed it. Rodman tipped it. Couldn't get it. Still loose. And out to Reggie Miller after Dale Davis saved it. So they get a third shot clock.
Another offensive rebound against him.
Jackson kicks it over to Caldwell. Baseline. Eddie Johnson with a jumper. Well, he missed the first one, but got that one. 52-30 now. Pacers with the lead. MJ with a post up. Looks for the opening. Moves inside with the left hand. Michael puts it in. 14 for MJ now. And it's 52-32. Mark Jackson looks like he's talking to Scottie. Ricky Pierce gets set to check in. Reggie Miller on the wing. Gets the screen from Caldwell. Bounce pass Eddie Johnson. In the lane. Eddie Johnson with a flip shot. Couldn't get it. Caldwell with a rebound. Puts it in.
There's a guy hustling for meal money. was teaching in Houston last year, and just goes right to the boards. Gets his goaltending. Pip gets the basket there.
54-34 now.
2 minutes to go here. The Bulls trying to keep it at 20.
And they want a 20-second timeout. Man. Phil Jackson talks to Luke Longley, and he has taken Luke to task here about something. You got to block Adrian Caldwell out, Johnny. He's not going to do much of anything else, is he?
No. Going to go to the boards for you. That's about it. Michael going to take the jumper outside on Reggie, but he looks a little bit of an opening, comes on up and just finger rolls it with the left hand up over the top of Adrian Caldwell to give him 16 in the game. Just a little seam. Watch this. He sees a little daylight, goes between everybody. So the Bulls got it back down to 20.
Yeah. It's a big accomplishment, right?
Oh boy.
Pierce gives it back to Mark Jackson with Scottie on him. Dale Davis with the lob and the slam. 56-34 now. Pacers with the lead. MJ goes right side for Dennis Rodman. Rodman finds Scottie down low. Pip gets it back to Dennis. Block goaltending. Check in with Lou Canellis. What's up, Lou?
Last time Bulls had trouble scoring points and a half like they are tonight at Seattle, one of their only 2 losses, they scored just 28 in the second half against the Supersonics.
So it comes on the road again. Hey, Lou. Yep.
Jackson on the wing, coming up on a minute 15 remaining here in the first half. Jackson looks for the opening. Out to Eddie Johnson. Johnson goes by Tony and throws it off the glass and in. Eddie Johnson with another bucket. It's 58-36.
It's not an unusual high scoring half either against the Bulls. It's just the Bulls have not done anything to.
Can't throw it in the ocean. Tony, baseline Luke, fade away from 10. Nope, rebound. Scottie tipped it in. Great effort for Scottie. Under a minute remains in the first half. Scottie tipped it away out of bounds. It'll belong to the Pacers with 17 on the shot clock and 41 seconds remaining in the first half. Jackson between the circles. Eddie Johnson gets it back to him. Baseline Ricky Pierce. Scottie knocked it away, and Scottie thought he got it clean on a foul call.
Pip's third foul. Well, it's a penalty, so they will go to the free throw line.
Haywood Workman wants to check back in. Steve Kerr will check in for the Bulls. Scottie talking to Mike Mathis, saying he got all ball. Steve Kerr comes in as Scottie comes out. Workman comes in along with Dwayne Farrell. Eddie Johnson leaves. So Pierce with one more. Missed that one, and Steve Kerr right there. And the Bulls want a 20-second timeout. 22.5 seconds remain in the first half. 16 on the shot clock. Phil Jackson trying to get his ball club set. And Rik Smits had that ankle injury, and look at this.
Well, that's all they needed him for, really, was the first half. Right? He can go rest.
Could be.
But you don't want to keep that warm. If it gets warm now, that blood starts circulating, and you want to really sort of stop all that. So the Bulls have 16 seconds with the possession, 22.5 on the clock.
Kukoc, Longley, Rodman, Jordan, and Kerr for the Bulls. Workman, Pierce, Davis, Caldwell. Steve Kerr with it out high. Right side for Rodman. Shot clock at 8 to Michael. Shot clock at 6. At 5, MJ cut off and a foul called. Ricky Pierce.
A little body on him. Michael go to the free throw line, shoot a couple free throws here. Michael's got 14 points in his first half.
Judd Bushler will check in. Reggie Miller set to check in for Indiana. MJ hits the first. Judd comes in. Luke will leave. Reggie Miller comes in. And Dwayne Farrell. Nope. Adrian Caldwell will leave. Michael with his second one now. 59-39. Pacers with a lead, 59-40. Jenny, they got it below 20. It's at 19. Farrell with it in the backcourt. Michael right there, throws it to Workman. MJ came over to double team. Workman brings it across the timeline with Kerr on him. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, and that's it. We've played one half of basketball here at Indianapolis, and the Pacers lead the Bulls 59-40. Pacers lead, Bulls will lead, and they'll have some talking to do at halftime. Let's go back to our studios. The Pacers lead at 59-40. Once again, here's Steve Cashel. 59-40 at halftime here. The Pacers lead the Bulls. Indiana played extremely well in the first half, and we'll see how the Bulls can do in the second. Leading performers in the first half, Michael and Rik Smits with 16 each. Scottie had 7 rebounds, Derek McKee with 4. First half stats now. You see the Pacers shot the ball, well, reasonably well. Coming in, they were about the same. They're killing the Bulls about 60%. Great from the three-point stripe. Bulls with a lot more offensive rebounds and 3 more second chance points. And you see the assists to turnovers. Huge difference between these two teams. Now let's go to the baseline. Lou Canella standing by with Jimmy Rogers. Lou?
Coach, we knew that Indiana was better than their 13-11 record, but this good?
Well, they're playing very well. They're shooting very hot right now, and obviously we have to tighten up our defense. They didn't turn the ball over at all. We've got to force some of those issues to them, and as well play better offensively. We've got to be a little bit more patient and shoot a better percentage this half, obviously.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thanks.
All right, set for the start of the second half. We'll see if the Bulls can do what Jimmy Rogers was talking about. Mark Jackson will bring it across the timeline. Right side for Reggie Miller. Smits goes way out on top. Davis with 10 on the shot clock now. Back to Miller. Shot clock at 7. Smits down low. Michael comes across to help. Mark Jackson runs through, throws one up, and he got fouled.
Bailed him out right at the basket.
Ronnie Harper picks up the foul.
Clock was running out as they double teamed Smits, and they threw it out. Jackson just came down the lane, threw it up in the air. And
Jackson with that familiar free throw pose. Seems to work pretty often. 60-40 now. And the second one bangs home. Now let's see what the Bulls get rolling offensively. Harp on top. Luke gives it right back. Harper lost it. Loose ball on the floor. Picked up. Michael tries to get in, and we got a jump ball. And Johnny, let's go back a year and see the standings for the Bulls in the Central Division. Cleveland was 18-8. The Bulls down 4.5 games out of first place, just a game over 500. Coming into the ball game tonight, Bulls are 23-2, and the Pacers are 9.5 out in second place. Cleveland 10 back with the same record the Bulls had at this time last year.
so we got a jump ball here, Jackson and Michael.
back to Dennis Rodman and a fresh 24 on the shot clock. MJ. Harper turning and looking. Michael posts up. Double team. Back to Ronnie Harper. Top of the circle. Jumper. Ronnie Harper throws it in. Harp with 4 points now. And it's 61-42. Pass looking for McKee. Gets Bowman inside. Jenny, that's a nice little play they run. They did for the slam to Dale Davis in the first half. That time McKee worked for position, got it, and took it in. Rodman gets it over to MJ. A three. Michael drops it home.
It's the first three for the Bulls. He's got 18 now, so you know the Bulls are going to make a run here. You know, every team in a game like this that where you do get a lead makes a run at you.
Bulls with Michael's old number, 45, for a while. Smits runs into Luke, blocked by MJ. With 7 on the clock.
Here's the spacing on this play. Watch McKee come down underneath. They throw it like an alley-oop. He gets it way underneath the basket and is able to get it up for a little
Dale Davis. Way off, and MJ with a rebound. Looks down the floor. This could be start of the run. Bulls looking for. Right side, Ronnie Harper for three. And back-to-back trays for the Bulls now. 63-48. Nice call, Redhead. Jackson between the circles now. Reggie Miller on the right side. All of a sudden, the crowd starts to buzz a little bit. Smits. This is the guy that just killed the Bulls in the first half. Mark Jackson tries to answer, and Michael right there. Bulls can make it a 13.
Dennis, you got something?
Lead. Oh, foul.
Nice pass down by Michael. Michael said good running there. And Michael takes the rebound. He looks down. Dennis is just sprinting down the court, so they try to get him the blind pass. Up he goes, and Mark Jackson hammers him.
So Rodman gets two. Remember early in the year, what was it, 5-7 games ago, Rodman misses the first. And Johnny, here's our AOL question. Where were you when Michael Jordan announced his return to the NBA? Send your answer to scbulls at AOL.com. When Dennis Rodman missed the second one.
Yep, got it.
Oh, McKee reached in and pulled the rebound away. Well, Rodman missed them both as McKee brings it up the floor. McKee drives in. Luke got a piece of it. Loose ball rebound tapped out. Bulls ball. Scottie wanted it. Here he comes. Michael on the wing with Miller on him. Goes baseline. MJ. Looking for some spacing now. One-on-one with Reggie. Stops. Fades. Fires too long. Rodman right there. Missed it. Tipped it out. And Mark Jackson gets it now. Jackson ahead for Reggie Miller. And he missed it. Rebound tapped into the corner. Miller for three. That's the three.
Bulls don't come up with the rebound clean, and he gets him right back out there again.
Harper makes it right inside, and Ronnie Harper takes it to the bucket, tries to answer. Reggie Miller turned and looked right at the Bulls bench right after he hit that three. Kind of a taunting move by Reggie Miller. Oh, across the floor.
Not
Smith.
Reggie.
Yeah, that'd be a shock, wouldn't it? Remember the bow? McKee on the wing. One-on-one with Scottie, runs over Scottie, and it's an offensive foul.
Crip with a great move. He's got 3 fouls on him, and he says, nice move, Derek, but I was there first. McKee comes up with the foul. Here's the tap out. Reggie comes out. He looks at everybody and says, I got it here. I'll take it.
Scottie went to the bucket. Michael right there. Offensive rebound. MJ puts it back, and the Bulls are making a comeback. Timeout, Indiana. Timeout, Pacers. 8:01 left in the third. The Bulls are coming back. Here's the shooting in the third, Reds.
Well, Michael's also got a couple rebounds to go here, too.
Very close to a 5 count. As they get it into McKee, into the corner. McKee gets it right back. Reggie Miller tries to pop out. Davis right side for Jackson. They're getting good spacing. Oh, Inside Miller trying to get the foul call. Bulls 3 red jerseys around the ball out to Michael. MJ across the timeline. Stops from 15. Got
back.
Bumped by
somebody. Who was it?
See if it's Rik Smits. Yep. That's his 4th personal foul, John.
Somebody, you see Michael's balance go off here as he goes up for the shot. Yeah, Rik Smits, the one put 2 hands on his hip. You know, before the game, I was stopped by a young man and asked me for an autograph. He says, "You know my uncle?" I said, "That all depends. What's his name?" He says, "James Arthur Angio."
Oh, no kidding.
Mark Water is here, Jimmy's nephew. Rode down here, had a day with his uncle, the famous producer, director.
Man, you aren't kidding, famous. But Arthur, huh? Good. That's good to know. James Arthur Angio. MJ hits those. Reds at 66-54. And a basketball game is now occurring on this floor.
Yeah, the clinic is over.
Yeah, you're right. The game has started. Lob pass inside. Dennis will be called for a holding foul. Dale Davis with Antonio Davis on the floor at the same time without Smits. Mark Jackson goes baseline. Luke came over to help. Rebound tap loose. And Luke Longley will be called for the foul. Johnny, another offensive rebound for the Pacers.
Get the ball, Coach hollers out here. The ball goes up. Michael had a little piece of it, and there's 3 shirts around there, and he knows what to do with it. He gets it. Puts the foul on Luke.
Antonio Davis, not a known free throw shooter. Hits the first. Bill Winnington will come back in.
Antonio Davis missed 2 free throws in the first half. He sort of line drives him up there.
I think they'd be a base hit in most parks, though. Second one.
That's a good one.
It is. He made both. Now the Pacers come out with full court pressure. Scottie will get it. Mike Mathis was not going to hand the ball. There's a little full court token pressure. Scottie brings it across to Michael on the wing. MJ behind the screen.
Long J. That was a long jumper. Michael with 24.
It was a 2, but you're right.
Yeah.
That was all but a 3. 68-56. Reggie Miller on the wing. Miller goes baseline, comes inside.
Nice.
Harper.
Good save.
Ahead to MJ. Harper the trailer. Michael behind his back, and he carried it.
Oh, Mike.
Phil Jackson can't believe it. Michael cannot believe it.
They don't call palming the ball in this league, but they certainly did that time when he went behind his back. I mean, watch Jackson. He brings the ball from the bottom, turns it over, from the bottom, turns it over.
McKee on the baseline, spins inside and puts it in. 70-56 now. Pacers with the lead as Scottie brings it across the timeline. Rodman comes up, looks for the open man. It's Scottie. Takes the 3, and McKee will be called for the foul.
There's Michael. He goes around the back. Oh, that looked pretty good. That looked pretty good. Then he comes over to Mike Matt and says, "What? What did you call?"
I did it?
Yeah.
No. Eddie Johnson will check back in.
That came in the league when Cousy was playing.
I remember Earl Monroe made a few moves like that too.
Monroe, yes.
Rodman with it on the right side. Back on top, Harper finds Michael. MJ and Reggie Miller will be called for the hold. Reggie's upset. There's no question about that. That's his 3rd.
4th team foul on the Pacers. Ricky Pierce, who has got the physical body to go with Michael.
Reggie will sit.
Doesn't have a lot of his speed left. He's got a great offensive touch.
Yeah, he can still flat shoot it, can he? Michael with a post up down low. Wants it, has it on the wing. Halfway through the 3rd period. MJ baseline long 2 and tried to track it down. Can't do it. Scottie will though. Fresh 24 on the clock, and the Bulls slow it down now. Harper bounces right side. Scottie for 3. It is 70-59 now. Pacers with the lead. Davis, right side for Davis. Into the corner. Oh, that's Pierce, not Davis.
You got to have it in Pierce and Johnson's hand now.
Johnson pops out. Scottie reached in, got a piece of it. Shot clock at 8, at 7 as Mark Jackson tries to make something happen. Eddie Johnson for 3. Way off. Rodman right there. Pushes it up. Finds Ronnie Harper. Harper. Back to Michael, and the Bulls are going to slow it down now. MJ says, nope, no hurry. Harp with a post up with Mark Jackson on him. Baseline jumper. Nope. Bill Winnington tapped it, but it goes right to Mark Jackson. Eddie Johnson runs over.
Offense.
Oh, wow, you got it. Oh, now one official said
jump ball. It's a jump ball.
And Scottie's still down. And Eddie Johnson kicks the ball into the second row.
He just kicked the ball. Let's take a look at it here. It's going to be a jump ball. It can't be anything out of bounds. There it is. They call. So you see the foul. Kenny Maurer saying that was a charge. And then it's got to be a jump ball in the center of the court. But if Eddie kicked that ball into the stands, it's got to be a T.
Scottie comes over and just shakes his head.
Mike has given him a tough go here all night. He called an offensive foul on him, an offensive foul on Jordan, and then a traveling around the back call. So
double personal now, we're told.
And it's only 1 on Eddie, but that's 4 on Pip now. And it's not a team foul, is it? No.
Scottie wanted this jump. He says, I'll take it. Dale Davis gets it to Antonio Davis. 70-59 is the Pacer lead. Eddie Johnson goes on top for Mark Jackson. He calls the play. Ricky Pierce back on top. Mark Jackson for 3. Back of the rim. Bill Winnington right there. Gets it out to Scottie. Bulls can make it under double figures here. Pip kicks it out to MJ. 4-3. Off. Tipped. Loose ball in the lane. Eddie Johnson gets it out to Mark Jackson. Jackson back to Ricky Pierce. Mark Jackson on the wing. Tries to split the defenders. On top. Ricky Pierce for 3. That's short. And a rebound tapped, and Scottie got it. Pip accelerates. Cut off. Loose ball picked up by the Pacers.
We didn't know where Pip was going at. Pip with a steal. MJ with the hammer. Yes, sir. 9-point game.
70-61 now as the Pacer fans start to boo. Jackson will bring it across the timeline. Between the circles. Eddie Johnson down low. Antonio Davis fadeaway jumper. Antonio Davis hits from there. And Phil Jackson wants a timeout. 3 minutes, 32 seconds left. Third period. The Pacers lead it 72-61. This guy, Scottie Pippen, has had a tough night, John. He can't seem to get a call. A couple shots haven't dropped that he thought would go, but basically it's just been calls that have gone against him.
You're right, Pip is really going after it, but look at this as of December 13th.
And since then.
What he's done since then. And he's got a 3 here tonight. Steve Kerr in the lineup. In the back for Pippen.
Scottie sits down. He's got some blood on his right forearm. Michael comes off the screen. A long deuce from MJ, and it just did rattle out. Davis with a rebound, gets it down the floor. 72-61, Pacers with a lead. Ricky Pierce on top for Workman. Phil Jackson wants the illegal screen called as Eddie Johnson has him the baseline. Knocked away by Ronnie Harper. Kerr in the middle. Right side for Tony. Stops. Long 2. Tony Kukoc can't get it. And Antonio Davis with a rebound. Eddie Johnson brings it back. Workman in the corner. Thought about the 3. Loose ball. Bill Winnington with it. Gets it out to Tony. Boy, this period been all Bulls. Harper with a jam attempt, and he got fouled.
Ricky Pierce back that time. The Bulls steal again.
Ricky Pierce foul play. His
Tony fires it on up to Ronnie Harper. Harper looks the situation over, takes the giant step, goes on up, and Pierce with the foul. Tony's got to get that ball inside a little bit, take it to the hoop strong. He struggled with his out shot this year.
But Johnny, you and I agree that he is still one of the best post-up players in the league.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Harp's got 9 points, 7 in this quarter. He misses the free throw. The Bulls had a couple free throws missed earlier.
He's been a big part of this third quarter comeback. Yes. 72-62. I don't know the last time it was 10 points. It's been a while, though. Workman across the timeline. Eddie Johnson on the wing, gets the screen. Comes baseline. Wennington comes to help. Rebound Dale Davis. And a foul called, and Dale Davis will go to the line for a pair. Ronnie Harper will pick up the foul. So Dale Davis will get a couple as Reggie Miller gets ready to come back in. 95-96 summary for the Pacers. They were 7-9 their first 16 games. Their last 8, they're 6-2, and against opponents that are above 500, they're even 7 of 7. There's Reggie back in.
Did a good job here holding this team to 13 points in this quarter. This team was high scoring, 30 and 29 in the first 2 quarters.
Missed them both, and Michael right there with a rebound. Bulls with a chance to cut it under double figures, Redhead. MJ on the wing with Reggie Miller there. Wennington comes out to set the screen. Back to Billy from 18. Way long.
Yep.
And Haywood Workman with a rebound. Wennington rushed that a little bit. Workman runs in. And
offensive foul.
Foul.
Took it too far that time.
And Wennington took a tough charge.
But the Bulls get it back with another shot. Here he goes. He takes it on in. Wennington standing there, takes the charge. You're right. The Bulls want to get a good shot at it this time. Less than 2 minutes.
Tony pops out. Makes the move. Kicks it out. Steve Kerr thought about the 3.
Oh, somebody get it.
Almost threw it away. On top for Tony. 8 on the shot clock. Tony just can't throw it in the ocean tonight. Eddie Johnson with a rebound.
Post up down low.
Yeah. Johnson on top for Reggie Miller. Davis trying to back in with Michael on him. Backcourt.
Yes, sir. He wasn't ready for the pass. He wasn't ready for the pass, and I don't know how you can. All he wanted him to do was be the outlet, and Reggie was going to go get it again.
Ronnie Harper will trigger the inbound pass. A minute 24 remains. It's been a comedy of errors for the last 45 seconds or so. Get
Steve a good look at the basket if you can.
Pacers really playing the passing lanes. Michael comes around the screen. Antonio Davis picks him up. MJ baseline. Nope. Wennington with a rebound. Lost it. Could have been a foul call for over the back. Haywood Workman comes inside and lays it in.
You don't get a chance down the other end.
Just offense is not clicking enough. Harper on the right side. Under a minute remains. Tony kicks it over to Ronnie Harper. Puts up a long deuce. Nope. Bulls are really long hold. Man. Out to Eddie Johnson for 3.
Absolutely. Bulls can't recover. 4 times they go down and don't score. They let the team come back on them and hit a 3 by Eddie Johnson.
77-62. Steve Kerr. Right side for Tony. Starts to back in against Eddie Johnson. That bump gets it off to Wennington, and 3 seconds called.
Another futile effort by the Bulls on offense. They worked so hard to get it back.
Mark Jackson, Ricky Pierce come back in. Haywood Workman and Antonio Davis will leave.
Eddie Johnson just comes as a trailer. Forget about him.
Judd Bushler comes in as Bill Wennington will leave. 77-62. Last possession probably of this third period.
Don't give them three. They got big three shooters in there. Stay with everybody. You don't have to double down on this post.
Reggie Miller off the glass with 10 seconds remaining in the third. Ronnie Harper, 8 seconds, 7, 6, Harper. Right side, Steve Kerr, corner, Judd Bushler for three, and a big one for Judley. Throw it at the buzzer, just short. We played 3 periods here at Market Square Arena, and the Pacers lead it 79-65. To chances, John, just could not make anything happen. Third quarter stats now. Neither team shot it extremely well. 3-pointers. Bulls 4 of 5, and that's a big part of what kept them in it. Luke comes up, relieve a little pressure, back to Scottie.
Our bench had 23 points. Ours had 13. Theirs had 23, and 15 of them came from Eddie Johnson and Ricky Pierce, their team members.
Steve Kerr looks right side for Scottie. Down low, MJ on the baseline, backs in. Across the floor, Steve Kerr, long deuce. Steve Kerr puts it in. 79-67 now. Pacers with the lead as Smits is back in. Eddie Johnson looks down low for Antonio Davis. Gets it down there with Rodman on him. And a foul on Dennis Rodman. Rodman called for the hold.
And I think Antonio Davis is a guy who can let shoot a little bit, doesn't he?
Derek McKee comes in as Eddie Johnson will leave. Non-shooting foul.
Eddie Johnson brings his suitcase and his shooting guy with him when he goes to different teams, and he can certainly do it. And a great shooter.
Oh, he was. Reggie Miller will look for Smits, who's coming across. Luke tries to deny the ball. Out of bounds does, and it will belong to the Pacers with 12 on the shot clock.
Eddie made a great living in this league when the long three was on. He and Pierce both. So McKee will key it.
Smits goes on top. Workman finds Reggie Miller for three. In and out. Davis right there. Gives it back to Reggie. That one won't go. Dennis Rodman gets it out to Michael. 3 on 5. MJ out to Steve Kerr for three. Yep.
Steve with 5 points now in a row here.
Johnny, it's a 9-point Pacer lead. Big possession for Indiana. A lot of time left, but a big possession here. Phil Jackson up coaching a little defense. Miller looks inside for McKee. Has it on the post up. Steve Kerr across to help out. Smits. Workman for three. Short. And Michael right there. Bulls can cut it to 7 now.
Steve, he's looking. There's Pip.
And the Bulls want to set it up. Scottie wants Michael in the corner. They want to run the reverse. Luke. With 8 on the shot clock. Backs in. Kicks it out to Steve Kerr. Back to Luke from 17. And Rik Smits right there gets it out to Reggie Miller. Tough shot for the Bulls. 79-70. Smits fouled by Luke Longley. Bulls bench say he pushed off here. They have. Smits with a pair here. 9:46 remains. And he'll have one more. Michael has had a 2-minute rest, I believe, all game. Smits' second one. 81-70 now. Pacers continue to hang on that lead. Biggest lead was 24. Pip comes off the screen. Finds Luke. Baseline jumper. Luke Longley puts it in. So the Bulls with an answer. Haven't been many for Luke tonight. Just 4 points and 2 rebounds. Jackson on the wing. Smits comes across for the post up. Inside, Smits with an easy one.
Smits standing right down in the lane. You're going to take your lunch from you if you don't step in front of him.
Kerr brings it to the right side. On top, Rodman back for Scottie Pippen, left hand, and he is fouled hard, and Scottie gets back up and will go to the line. Antonio Davis picks up the foul. And Johnny will be back on the air Friday night against these same Indiana Pacers on Sports Channel Plus. Bulls game time 7 o'clock. Pacers and the Bulls could be an interesting matchup after what's going on tonight. We'll see it all on Sports Channel Plus on Friday night. Dale Davis comes back in. Here comes Tony Kukoc. Antonio Davis leaves, and Michael will get a break now.
Well, Rik Smits has been the big guy for them here. The Bulls keep cutting it down. He's got 4. Pip makes 2 free throws. He's got 13 in the game, and they got a what is it, 9 points?
Yes, sir. Jackson brings it across the timeline. With Steve Kerr on him. Reggie Miller trying to post up. Scottie's guarding Miller. Smits sets the screen. Mark Jackson dumps it off inside. Here comes Dennis Rodman with a rebound. Leaves it back for Steve Kerr. Open 3 off to the left. Rebound pulled down by Indiana. Mark Jackson pushes it up the floor. Rik Smits from 16. Nope, rebound picked out. And a foul on Dale Davis.
Rodman saying that's right. All right, Bulls need a hoop this time. They've got to get it done. They had it to 9. Rodman on the inside, where he takes the push, and he says, that's right. Good call. I like it. Let's go the other way.
Pip gets the screen from Longwood. Double team. Over to Luke. He hit one from there a minute ago. Nope. Rodman tried for it. Capped it. Reggie Miller with a rebound this time. That's what Indiana's given the Bulls.
Get it to 9, and they end up, you want to get the ball in Steve Kerr's hand now, or Tony down low.
Smits gives it back. Jackson back to Rik Smits. Backs in against Luke. Back to Mark Jackson. Shot clock at 3. At 2. Scottie tips it, has it. Pip accelerates down the floor. Stops for a 3.
Cold-blooded. Pip, 16. Wow.
83-77 now. Pacers with the lead, and Indiana wants a timeout. It has not been pretty, but the Bulls have clawed their way back to within 6. John, I said when we went away for the break that it has not been pretty.
Right.
It has not been pretty.
You're right.
But it's been effective. By halves, look at Indiana in the second half. Just 30% from the floor. Bulls nothing to write home about it, 46%.
Tommy, in this quarter, Smits has a basket and 2 free throws, and that is it. Look at the Bulls putting the pressure on, and they get a timeout if they take a timeout. They take a 20 here. Yeah, it's going to be a 20-second timeout, but the Bulls surrounded the ball at half court. And Larry Brown has to say, hey, they can practice, guys.
Go to the ball. Well, John, I think, we can talk about a lot of different things. But the key, I think, for this Bulls ball club in the second half has been defense. They've just gotten down and played hard defensively. They've made almost no shots, it seems like. But watch
this. They hand him the ball. Watch this. All of a sudden, you see red jerseys flooding all over the place and not a guy open. You know what the Bulls are trying to do with another Chicago team did recently here in Indiana? DePaul came down and beat the Hoosiers at their place. Bulls would like to come right in here.
And the last second shot would be just fine, wouldn't it? Reggie Miller down low for Smits. Out to Jackson. Derek McKee cut off by 2 Bulls. Smits puts it on the ground, puts up that's a bad shot. Red jerseys all over, and Steve Kerr right there to pick it up ahead to Michael. MJ had a very brief rest. Back to Steve Kerr on top. See if the Bulls can get some spacing now. Luke comes across, looking for Scottie. From 16, Luke! Oh, man.
Who would have thought that one? Luke takes the shot, and you hear people whispering in here now. 4-point deficit.
83-79. It was 24 points at one point. Reggie Miller goes inside. McKee with the easy turnaround. Scottie's trying to steal the ball. And Phil Jackson reaches up and calls the play. 85-79, coming up on the halfway point here of the fourth period. MJ comes off the screen, kicks it out to Steve Kerr. Back to Michael. 9 in the shot clock as MJ backs in. Baseline fadeaway. Michael. Nope. Rebound. Jump ball. Mark Jackson and Dennis Rodman. Ted Barnard comes in and just knocks Dennis away.
He said, I'm just going for the rebound here. The shot is missed, and good rebounding position. They fight underneath the basket. It goes up. Dennis gets a piece along with Mark Jackson, and it will be a jump.
Jackson looking Dennis Rodman right in the eyes. Rodman easily wins the tap. Fresh 24 on the clock. Scottie goes in and scores. Scottie with a big bucket. Back to a 4-point lead for the Pacers. Boy, if you went away for a while, you've missed a lot.
Yeah.
Mark Jackson has it on the left wing. Pacers led by 24.
Well, we said they would make a run. You knew that the Bulls would make a run.
Scottie was looking for that steal. Rik Smits loose, and a foul called on MJ.
You knew that the Bulls would make a run, but you hope that those runs don't run out of gas.
Yeah.
There's a low angle. Pip tips the ball, taps the ball up here over his shoulder to Smits. Who was the foul on Pippen? Did they give it to her?
You said Scottie. I was sure it was Michael. Oh, it's got to be Michael.
No,
They'll
it's
change
23.
It. They'll change it. Here it is. Now they've changed it. It is on Scottie.
It is on Scottie?
Yeah, it's his third. I mean, not on Michael. I'm sorry, on Michael. His third. Smits hits the first. 86-81 now. Pacers with the lead. Smits makes them both, and it's back to a 6-point lead, and they trigger the inbound pass. He threw it to Scottie, who wasn't looking.
Rik Smits missed the last 2 games with that sprained foot. He comes back just in time, doesn't he?
Yeah. Scottie goes down, posts up, and a foul on Derek McKee for the hold. That's his fifth.
Yep.
Well, I thought that could have gone on Scottie.
3 fouls apiece now. 5:46.
Steve Kerr takes the inbound pass, was looking for Rodman. Instead goes Michael. Down low Scottie. He really wanted it down there. Hip, double teamed, in between everybody, got fouled, and he'll go to the line.
Rik Smits, I believe, on the foul.
Yep.
Pip was tattooing the ball on the floor, looking. How can I find a place? How can I find it? Where is it? Where is it? Finally finds a spot, and then he comes in, and Rik Smits commits the foul. A big Dutchman with his, what, 4th?
Scottie for 2 free throws. It'll be a free throw contest. That'll be the difference.
He's 5th. For Pip.
87-83. It's been 4 for a while. 4, 6, then back to 4.
Really good defensive set here this trip.
Under 6 minutes at 5.5. Rik Smits with it down low. Back to Jackson on top. Miller left side. McKee. Smits rolls through the lane. Jump hook. Rik Smits won't stay down, but Davis right there for the tip.
Dale Davis inside. He does what he has to do. Pulls it back up to 6.
MJ comes off the screen by Longley. Over to Scottie. He had it here a second ago, and Smits fouled him. Spins baseline. Spins back. Spins. Got him in the air for Luke Longley. Luke put it in.
Good finish by Luke. He's got 6 points in his quarter.
McKee on the left side. Goes baseline, and a foul on Scottie.
Turn the ball over, didn't he? That's Pip's 5th.
With 4:46 remaining.
Looked like McKee turned that ball over.
They'll get it to Smits, and he'll set it up. It's a 7'5" guy dribbling the ball. McKee pops out. Smits wants it down low, has it. Scottie inside to help. Rik Smits threw it in. Absolutely threw it in.
He is the He's the difference. He is. 24 points.
Scottie comes off the screen from Luke. Stops for 3. Around and out, and the rebound out of bounds.
Nobody saw it. Give it White. He said, oh, he said. There's Mike Mann. You know, I just don't figure this one out. Underneath the basket, Kenny Bauer said it's the Bulls' ball. Outside man.
91-85 now. Pacers with the lead. Big possession for Indiana with just over 4 minutes remaining. Smits likes it up here. He'll find a guard and then go right down and post up. Set the screen and come down and get it down there. Smits kicks it out. McKee on top. Mark Jackson spins in the lane. Mark Jackson couldn't get it. Michael right there. 91-85. Scottie comes inside, lays it in. What a move by Pitt. As he turned it on here in the fourth, John.
22 for the Pitt man.
8 of 13 from the field. He's got 9 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 steals. 11 of those points here in this quarter. Rik Smits fadeaway jumper. Nope, but a foul on Luke.
That's the fifth now, so it'll put him to the line. Not only is this guy big and can he shoot, but Rik Smits is 85% free throw shooter. You know what that equates to?
A lot.
What Michael shoots from there.
Like I said,
a lot.
Yeah. Smits with a couple. And a timeout Bulls. 3:30 remains and the Pacers lead it 92-87. We'll be right back.
By 5, Rik Smits will go back to the line, try to extend it to 6. He has been dominant. He had 10 first quarter points, 16 at the half, didn't score in the third quarter, and now he's got 25, so he's spread his game all over.
He's 10 of 16 from the field, 5 of 5 from the free throw line, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and a block. But 5 of 5 from the free throw line for the Pitt guy. 93-87 now. Scottie will bring it across on the timeline. Right side for Dennis Rodman. Bulls need a bucket now. 3:20 remaining, and Reggie Miller will be called for the foul. Let's check in with Lou Canellis. Lou?
Guys had a chance to check out Phil. Phil has instructed his players that when Indiana gets the ball, if it ever touches Dale Davis's hands, foul the guy. He shoots just 48% from the free throw line. So force him into an offensive situation, sending him to the line.
Right. Good call, Lou, because you get it to Smits. I just mentioned he shoots the same thing as that guy at the line right now, 85%. Michael's got 27 in the game.
Time more.
Both teams with foul trouble.
Smits gives it back to Mark Jackson. 3:15 remains. 93-89. Jackson. They'll want Smits again down low. Miller will pop out. Smits will turn around to post up. Reggie Miller for 3. A big 3 for Miller.
19 for Reggie. He didn't score that first quarter. Picked up a couple fouls, but he has been a horse here, too.
96-89. Scottie around the screen. Moves inside. Pitt hangs. Missed it. Rodman with a rebound. Fouled by Smits. And Rik Smits should be gone, right?
Yep, that's his 6th.
He is history. He just hammered.
Well, Pitt went in for the shot, and he was looking for somebody to key it off to. It wasn't there, so he puts it up on the glass. Dennis Rodman underneath. And he just puts the shoulder on top of Dennis, and that's where the foul comes.
So Rodman gets a couple. It's 96-89. Pacers with a lead with 2 minutes and 46 seconds remaining. There's plenty of time. Now Antonio Davis comes in. What kind of free throw shooter is he?
He's bad. He is worse yet.
Foul trouble, but Pippen Longley with 5. Smits is out. McKee's got 5. Go ahead.
Dennis is 63% free throw shooter. One Davis is 48.
The other
Just about 70, but not real good. 70.
Dennis Rodman hits the first. 96-90 now. Pacers with the lead. Bulls have whittled away at this thing, but just can't quite get over the hump. Rodman missed the second. Luke tapped it out, but he picked up the foul. Came over the back. And John, one center left. Now the other center will leave. They're playing happy trails to you. I don't know that they mean it, but Luke is gone. Antonio Davis will go to the free throw line. They still haven't told Phil that Luke has picked up his 6th foul, and now they do. Tony Kukoc will come in. Antonio Davis hits the first. He'll get one more. (97-90) now. Still lots of time. 2:45 remaining. Second one from Antonio Davis. Nope, and Michael right there. It's a 7-point Indiana lead with 2:40 remaining. Pip gets it to MJ on top. Goes by Reggie Miller. Headed partially blocked. Ball will go out of bounds. Bulls ball with 10 on the shot clock. And 2:31 on the game clock. Bulls have won 13 in a row, trying for 14, and Phil wants a 20-second timeout now.
Okay, now get down the floor so he can tell you what you want before the 20 is over.
Well, John, what do you do now? I mean, you need to score, but you got to stop them as well.
You got 10 seconds coming out of bounds. You'll see it go to it'll go to Michael. You know that. But defensively, again, they may want to. They fouled the one Davis. It took Longley out of the game, but he splits the free throws, so you've got a chance now to get 1, 2, or 3 with this possession. 3 on this possession would be huge, wouldn't it? You got to come up with something on this possession.
So the Bulls have to get something done right now with 10 seconds on the shot clock. You got to get somebody going to the basket again, and Scottie and Michael are the only ones so far that's been able to do that. Steve Kerr gets the inbound pass. Lob pass. Dennis Rodman inside with the left hand. Puts it in.
Quick basket.
And the Bulls come out with pressure now. Clock is running. The ball keeps getting kicked around. The Bulls lost about 3 seconds here. Now they'll trigger it in.
That's the one, Steve. Take the foul.
And Michael reached in, slapped it away, and a clean block. Kerr back to Scottie. 97-92. Pacers lead it. Scottie couldn't get it. Rodman tipped it again, put it up, missed again. Loose ball. Steve Kerr tips it out to Michael.
2 minutes, Steve. A good look at the basket. A good look. Oh, they didn't scratch. They had a chance for 1, 2, or 3 on that play. We're down over 2 minutes. Big time miss.
Mark Jackson just across the half-court stripe. 97-92 Pacers. Reggie Miller and a whap against Reggie.
Whoa! All right. The Bulls get that 3. It's only a 2-point deficit, but here we go. People on their feet here.
MJ with Reggie Miller on him. Michael drives inside in the lane. Nope. Rebound pulled down by Mark Jackson. Bulls just cannot buy baskets. Jackson calls the play. Michael right there defensively. Under a minute and a half remains. Jackson backs in against Michael. Inside, Davis wide open, and Dennis Rodman will pick up the foul. Well, Dennis did what he had to do. He fouled Dale Davis.
Yep. Who are they going to give it to, Rodman?
Well, I think they're questioning what kind of foul it is. That's more the question.
Oh, what a baloney call that is. What a baloney call. A flagrant foul. You got to take the... Well, I'll tell you what. Under the hoop. Let's take a look and see what happens. Mark Jackson looks under. Tried to grab his arm. He didn't try to knock him down. Davis shoves him away. Boy.
Larry Brown calling for it, and he got what he wanted.
He makes the free throw.
He'll get one more. And then they'll have it on the side, and this could hurt.
But they got possession. They got time to go off the clock with it. They still have a 6-point lead.
Mark Jackson comes out. They find Reggie Miller. Back to McKee, throws it away. Loose ball. Out of bounds. Bulls ball. With a minute 8 remaining, and it's a 6-point Pacer lead. So all of that cost the Bulls 1 point.
Okay, let's go.
Phil says, get it up the floor. A 6-point Pacer lead with a minute remaining. Scottie got foul call, but hit it anyway.
Huge.
Mark Jackson gets the inbound pass. They'll bring it across the timeline on the pass to McKee. 48 seconds left. 98-94 Pacers. McKee with Rodman on him.
Now look at it. Is that a turnover? He's turning the ball over. He's turning the ball over.
McKee on top. Mark Jackson for 3.
Yeah. Looked like Scottie hit it, but it went in. Timeout.
Timeout called. 34.8 left, and the Pacers now lead it 101-94.
Because you've got to be up there quickly. Larry Brown's wife encouraging the fans here, trying to stop the Bulls' 13 in a row run.
Kukoc will trigger the inbound pass. Bill Wennington comes out with lob pass inside. Scottie with the layup with 31 seconds remaining.
Got to be a foul here. It's got to be. They need a timeout.
With 31 seconds remaining, we'll take it with them. 101-96 now. Pacers with the lead. We'll be back. Our Chicago Bulls Budweiser player of the game, Michael Jordan, 29 points in 42 minutes. MJ's got 9 rebounds and 4 assists as well, as ball club looking for a way now to get a win. Trailing 101-96 by periods. Bulls have done a much better job in the second half, but they dug themselves such a hole in the first quarter, and then same thing again in the second. Ricky Pierce will trigger the inbound pass.
All the good free throw shooters in there now.
And they need another timeout.
Your Pacers. They think it leaves them with 1. That leaves them with 1 timeout. So the Bulls came out and smothered the pressure. They've got a small team in there now. Michael Pipp, Tony Bushy, and Steve Kerr. And what they've done is, what the Pacers have done is they've gone to a pretty good free throw shooting team. They got Reggie Miller, who shoots 88%, McKee 72%, Pierce 80%.
They got guys that can shoot it, and that's who they've got in, and that makes sense for them. You want to be able to hit the free throws. John, let's take a quick look at the upcoming schedule for the Bulls. Pacers come in again on Wednesday. Then it's Atlanta on Friday, and then the Houston Rockets. The first game of the new year. The Rockets will be in Wednesday the 3rd. Then the Bulls are at Charlotte, take on Milwaukee, then it's Seattle. So Some good ball games coming up, and you can see most of them right here on Sports Channel. Luke Canellis, what do you got? Pierce. As Eddie Johnson gets it over to Reggie Miller. Miller drives the baseline, and he'll bring it right back out to Mark Jackson across the floor. Ricky Pierce and Tony Kukoc got the foul. So Pierce will go to the line for a couple with 21, actually 20 and a half seconds remaining. Hey, Lou, let's give this another shot, buddy.
All right, let's do it again, Tom. What Phil told his players was if you could foul the two Davis brothers, that's your best bet. Dale again at 48% from the line. Antonio just at 70. On offense, Bulls will go for the quick shot. Look for Pippen to take it to the hoop because they'll isolate Pippen on the left side and have him drive to the basket. But now it looks like they may be forced in a situation where they'll have to go for a couple of threes.
Well, they'll also have to run over to the Pacer bench to get one of the Davises. He's got guys in there to shoot. Here comes Davis back in now. Eddie Johnson leaves. Eddie Johnson, 97% free thrower. They need a little bit of rebounding ability, so they'll put him in. But Ricky Pierce looking for his double figures here off their bench. This is it. One. Okay, the Bulls take a timeout now. They've got one timeout left, too. So the plot thickens, and now I'll tell you what, Dale Davis will come out of the game again, I would believe. They would come back with their good free throw shooters.
Bulls have to get a three here, you would think. Johnny, the Bulls have two losses right now. Ball club 23-2, and you look at the best starts with two losses. 76ers got to 26-2, so did the Knicks, and both of those teams went on to win the NBA championship. Bulls are at 23-2 right now, staring 23-3 right in the face. But well, again, you know, anything's possible. But you talk about what a great streak this is, but the road streak's got a problem. Longest road winning streak, 90-91 with 8. Right now the Bulls are at 6 after that loss to Seattle. But it comes down to 20 seconds, 20.3. Here's what's left. Bulls and the Pacers each with a timeout.
Now these fans have not fully celebrated yet. They're still apprehensive.
But John, the Bulls, I mean, you got to have a three here, right? You got to get a three-point shot up, and you got to hit it fairly quickly because with 2 threes, you're down by 2 possessions. Otherwise, it's a 3-possession game. Steve Kerr, Michael Jordan, Tony Kukoc, Scottie Pippen, and Judd Bushler in the game.
This could be a drive and kick out, drive and kick out. So let's see what happens. Tony will inbound it. Tony has a knack of throwing a two-handed inbound pass, and we'll see what they decide to do here.
Pacers have shot it extremely well from long range. Bulls 6 of 13. That's still really good.
There's a delay of game. Get ready for it, Tony. Get ready for it. There it is.
Delay of game, Indiana.
Let's see if they learned anything. The ball went to Steve at half court.
And Michael came around to screen. Michael with it on the wing. With Reggie a foul, it's got to be a 3-point foul.
3 free throws.
Three
Yes,
free throws. And the Bulls, the clock winds down to just 17.8. And here comes Eddie Johnson.
You said they needed a 3-point play here, and here he is. He goes, fakes the shot, up he goes. Foot was just maybe near the line, but
good call. MJ needs every one of these. Eddie Johnson comes in.
Eddie Johnson back in the picture line.
Dale Davis leads. MJ takes his time. Second one wouldn't stay down. Now you need 2 more possessions.
Let's see what this one does. They might as well try to make it, I would think. While you're down here, get the point.
Yeah. Missed that one. Rebound tipped out. Michael goes down to the corner, saves it for Tony. Out of bounds. Bulls
yes,
with 13.3.
So Michael missed that one, trying to get the rebound back. They did get it back, and now let's see what happens. Now
it's a 5-point game as Bill Winnington will come in. Judd Bushler will lead.
Bill Winnington back in the lineup for Chicago.
Scottie comes out. Couple dribbles. Pip, long three, top of the circle, back of the rim. Reggie Miller runs it down. And Bill Winnington is forced to foul. Reggie with 5.5 left. And now, John, you said the Indiana crowd had waited to celebrate.
The air is taken out of the Bulls. And, they had that lead down to 9 points several times.
And then 4. And then they got it to 4.
When they had it down to 9, they went down 4 times, turned it over, took a couple shots that really weren't in their playbook. And this team sustained it. As we said, the Bulls would make a run. You just wonder if you run out of the options. And Reggie Miller puts in his 20th point. So it looks like it's Rik Smits and Reggie Miller who we talk about being so dynamic. The Bulls have 1 timeout left, and will they use it or will they go to the plane needing it?
Michael with a rebound, and they will use it with 4.9 seconds remaining. 103-97 now. Larry Brown will bring his team in, talk about what they're going to do with 4.9 seconds remaining.
Well, what you have here with 4.9, somebody taking a 3-point field goal, it's going to suck the air out of that clock. I mean, the ball's going to be in the air for a while. When it comes through, if you foul them, you don't have a chance. You don't have a timeout left. So.
Well, the is that coming up on Friday night, John, these Bulls will get a chance at the Indiana Pacers. It'll be on Sports Channel Plus. That comes up on Friday night. Bulls game time 7 o'clock. The Pacers and the Bulls, and you would think that the Bulls would want to come out and play pretty well on Friday night, get off to a good start, kind of like the Pacers did tonight. They had a 24-point lead at one point in time.
But again, the Bulls were still on holiday in that first quarter.
Johnny, you made the point about Thanksgiving earlier in the loss to Seattle, and now the next one comes after Christmas. Maybe they just don't like the holidays.
And maybe they'll go to Easter this next trip.
That wouldn't be bad, huh?
Yeah. Well, the signs still hang out here. They love you, Michael.
Johnny, can you take anything from the loss at Orlando, the loss at Seattle, and the apparent loss here tonight? Anything that you see that stays in common other than the fact that offense just failed this ball club?
Well, it shows you got to be ready every night, and especially when you find teams. The Bulls have had a tough time finding teams over the 500 mark, but this team is 8-3. They'll be 9-3 here at home if the Bulls aren't able to. Came up with a spectacular 5-point play here in 4.9. Did they go to the hoop on this, or what did they do?
We shall see. Scottie in the corner, couldn't get it. Reggie Miller with a steal, and that will do it. Reggie stands there and with a good move, hands it to Mike Mathis. And the Indiana Pacers end the Chicago Bulls' 13-game winning streak. Bulls were trying to tie the record at 14, but just couldn't quite get it done. The franchise record of 14 straight. The Indiana Pacers with a win tonight, 103-97. And a tough night for the Bulls, but hey, we'll see him again on Friday night. 103-97 the final score. Now let's go back to our studio one more time. Here's Steve Cashel.